Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small-town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Colbert Feed in Sigourney, more than just a feed mill. Colbert Feed is your horse source in Keokuk County. We provide bulk or bag feed for your livestock. We have a selection of horse feed, dog food, cat food, and bird food. Colbert Feed is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can stop by and see Colbert Feed by the Expo in Sigourney or call 641-622-2828. That's Colbert Feed in Sigourney. The Keokuk County Veterans Affairs Office in Sigourney wishes you the very best this holiday season. And please remember those that aren't with their families this year, as they are protecting our great country. For more information on Keokuk County Veterans Affairs, contact Michelle Herman, the Veteran Affairs Administrator, at 101 South Main in Sigourney. Brushed by Jude at 116 First Avenue in Oskaloosa brings life back to your furniture. What was once viewed as dated or old-fashioned is transformed to have a whole new life ahead of it. Stop in and see Judy Gronendijk for furniture restoration. Plus, there are classes to learn how to paint furniture. Go to brushedbyjude.com for hours and more information. And stop in on the south side of the square in Oskaloosa to do some Christmas shopping at Brushed by Jude. Alrighty, and a good evening. Welcome into Pekin Basketball here on Steve Shetler Media Facebook and YouTube. It's a Friday night, and we've got Pekin and Hillcrest Academy for you live streaming here on Steve Shetler Media. We thank all of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible this year for Pekin Basketball. That includes Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Shetler Insurance Services, Oski Dental, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Son-in-Law Services, Helmuth Ford, Federation Bank, Nutrien Ag and Hedrick, and ServPro, all on board for our basketball coverage. And, of course, we've got Josh Clubb along for the play-by-play. Josh, we're getting a little bit of a late start because the JV game ran a little long.
Yeah, pretty good game down the stretch there. Hillcrest Academy had a big lead in the JV boys game, but Pekin able to close the gap and brought it all the way down to the wire, and that's why we're starting about 15, 20 minutes late or so. But nonetheless, probably in store for a pretty tight basketball game here tonight between the Ravens and the Panthers. Hillcrest comes in at 4-3, Pekin at 3-2. These teams are right next to each other, middle of the pack in the Southeast Iowa Super Conference North standings coming into tonight, and very similar, I would say, height-wise and style of play and stuff coming into this one. For these two teams, both teams are coming in off a loss as well. Pekin, of course, dropped that game to Lone Tree 64-52 here on Tuesday night, and the Hillcrest's last game was also on Tuesday night. That was against Waco, where they lost 45-38. For these two teams, their leading scorer for the Hillcrest Academy Ravens is Claire Withrow. The junior is averaging 19.4 points per game, shooting 41% from the field and 35% from beyond the arc. Anna Hadley, the junior, is leading scorer for the Panthers at 13.4 points per game, 43.3% from the field. The Ravens also have Malia Yoder, the seniors, averaging 16.3 per game. Abby Geis for the Panthers and Renee Eubanks both averaging about 9.5 per game. So pretty top heavy for the Ravens and pretty balanced through Pekin's lineup coming in to this one tonight. We're just, Steve, about a minute away from starting lineups and everything in here, and then we'll go right into the national anthem. So we'll keep jabbering here.
It seems like a lot more lively atmosphere than it was on Tuesday night. We got here at our normal time. We got here about an hour before we thought the game would start. And I tell you what, Hillcrest Academy had a huge crowd here already, and it's just continued to fill in. We had to politely ask for our spot where we were planning on, and the people were very nice and accommodating. Both sides of the gym have plenty of fans tonight, and we're in for at least a great atmosphere and a great game.
And a lot more. Seems like a lot more Panther fans in attendance as well here tonight as they're getting ready to go here with the starting lineups. I'll kind of repeat the PA announcer. I know it's kind of hard to hear on your screen, and you'll be able to see them come out. Steve will keep the camera on the players as they take the floor. As they're actually doing a lost and found here first, but rebound leader for Hillcrest Crown Academy is Delaney Shaw. She's averaging 9.9, and Abby Geis for the Panthers at 14.4 per game. Here comes Malaya Yoder for the Panthers. She's wearing jersey number 3. And then she's going to shake hands with Abby Geis, the junior. Then we got Delaney Shaw and Ezra Parsons shaking hands at center court for the Ravens and Panthers respectively. Blair Withrow, leading scorer for the Panthers, comes out and shakes hands with the senior Renee Eubanks, our Steve Shetler Media Player of the Game on Tuesday night here on the girls' half. Then we got number 23, Lydia Beachy, the senior, and she will meet Paisley Coleman, the sophomore guard, at center court. And then we got Nivea Helmuth, the junior, meeting with Anna Hadley for the Panthers, as we will listen in on the national anthem here as the band performs that here in the gym.
And we should mention that our first quarter being sponsored by Barn Wired.
All righty. Yeah, nice to have the band in the stands here at Pekin, the pep band as they call it. It's not something, it's kind of a hit or miss anymore in high school sports, whether the schools have a pep band during gym sports, but Pekin supporting it strong here as we will get set for tip-off. Worth noting, a couple area teams meeting up over in Sigourney. Sigourney and Montezuma are playing right now in the girls' game, second quarter. Montezuma leads 21-19 as we just get set to tip off here. Coleman is up against Helmuth. Coleman wins the tip, gives it back to Geis. Geis brings it in. Left wing to Coleman, right back to Abby. Abby goes up for a shot, and she is fouled. Quick foul here to start this game. They're going to call that foul on number 10, Delaney Shaw. First foul of the game. Abby guys will go to the line to shoot 2.
What's the over-under on Abby's rebound total tonight?
Let's just go with her average. 14.4 is her average.
That's just insane.
And she misses both of her free throws. Rebounded by Helmuth of Hillcrest. A little sloppy with the ball, though, but nonetheless. Here's a quick 3 by Claire Withrow. It is no good. Rebounded by the Ravens. And kick it back outside to Helmuth. Helmuth again to Withrow. Withrow down low on the baseline. That's Yoder. Yoder right back to Withrow. We're going to try it back up top again. And here's a 3, and this is off the front of the rim. No good. Battle for a second chance shot here is made by Melita Yoder. As Coleman brings him across. Paisley picks up her dribble at the top of the key. No one really around. She gets it over to Eubanks. Eubanks finds Coleman right back down the lane, and she's fouled as she goes up for a shot. So both shots that Pekin has taken so far tonight, they have drawn the foul and sent Pekin right to the line. That foul is on Claire Withrow. Second team foul. Coleman will shoot 2. First point of the night for the Panthers. Coleman gets them both, and we are tied at 2. Now they try it inside. Eubanks sticks her hands in there, tries to rip away from Helmuth. They are going to call a jump ball here. Arrow will be pointing the Ravens' way, so they'll keep it. That'll flip the possession arrow back to the Panthers. Ravens working it on the perimeter. Eubanks getting aggressive with her hands out top there. Able to play it clean. Now Geis jumps in front of the pass, takes it away. Stobbs tries to send it back to Eubanks. Eubanks and Coleman collided momentarily as they'll set up their offense. Coleman tries to lob a pass inside. Catching it and traveling is Parsons. Parsons thought halfway up there that she was going to pass it off on the other side of the floor to Hadley, and came back down with it still in her hands. Still 2-2, 6:26 to go as the Ravens working around the perimeter again, zigzagging through the lane, trying to create an opening. Panthers playing pretty strong defense so far, but here's going to be a foul on Paisley Coleman. Foul's on the floor. That's first foul by the Panthers. Here the ball is tipped by Coleman into the hands of Hadley. Hadley waiting to clear it out. She gets it back to Coleman. Coleman will bring him up the floor. Paisley has the 2 Panther points here tonight. She's looking for Geis inside. Geis gets it. Defender falls to the floor. Geis puts up a tough shot. No good. Rebounded by Hadley. And Hadley has it ripped out of her hands, out of bounds. Coleman throws it back up towards the top, and Eubanks nearly misses it, but a loose ball situation. Good awareness by Eubanks to stay with that and keep the possession in Pekin's hands. Panthers really trying to throw these down low, as looks like 3 seconds in the lane is going to be called on Anna Hadley. With that, Pekin is going to take their first time out of the game, a 30-second timeout. So we'll let Steve take it away.
All righty, and we do thank Barn Wired in Sigourney for being our first quarter sponsor. At 119 East Marion Street in Sigourney. Stop in for home decor, coffee, and more. Give them a call, 641-622-9912. Of course, they've got great Christmas deals, the great specials and sales going on during this holiday season. So stop in, do some Christmas shopping, get something to eat, get some coffee, something to drink at Barn Wired in Sigourney. Just hanging out there earlier today where we drew our Santa Steve stocking winner, Josh. Bev Berg from Kelowna was the big winner.
From Kelowna, probably familiar with some of these young ladies on the floor, being Hillcrest. Call a foul on the floor. That is on Geis. Her first, team second. Both teams have two fouls, 2 points each. Two's on the board right now. Hillcrest will baseline near side of the floor. Get a bounce pass in. It's in trouble, though. It's going to be another jump ball. This should go Pekin's way. It does. As Eubanks and Shaw battled for that one. Ravens going to put a little pressure in the backcourt now as the pass is jumped by Claire Withrow. Knocked right back out of bounds. Pekin will maintain possession. Geis tried to go up high there. They're going to need to look for a lower pass. She does a bounce pass into Eubanks here. Eubanks gets in, dribbles into a trap. Right back to Geis. Geis dribbles into the same trap. The defenders didn't even move. And ball goes off the foot of a Hillcrest defender. And now Pekin's going to take another timeout, this time a full timeout. So Coach seeing some things early here that he wants to address.
Just a reminder, tomorrow morning, we were talking about Barnwired being our first quarter sponsor. Tomorrow morning, we will be broadcasting live from Barnwired for our high school sports show called The Sports Section. And some of these Pekin girls, the Pekin coach, Coach Idle, and some of the Pekin girls basketball players are going to be coming to Sigourney for the sports section tomorrow morning. We've got a loaded show. We've got the Pekin girls. We've got Keota boys basketball. We've got North Mahaska archery and also North Mahaska dance team. So a little bit of everything tomorrow morning. The only thing we don't have from winter sports is a wrestling team, but they're usually all busy on Saturdays till the next couple of weeks during the Christmas break. So, we have a loaded show tomorrow for the sports section at Barnwired.
Sounds good. And that North Mahaska dance team is performing in a bowl game, correct, Steve?
Yeah. Coming up next weekend, they'll be performing on a big stage. So
it's a pretty cool thing to... Got to be a pretty cool thing to experience. I don't know. My dance team didn't make it. Here, Pekin breaks the press. That is Parsons going down low, and she's fouled. Call that on Lydia Beachy. Speaking with the new shot clock. Tried to get into Eubanks. It's tipped right back out of bounds by Yoder. Pekin having a tough time here finding a passing lane on these inbound passes. And they try to force it to Geis, and this is taken away right on the line again. It's going to stay with Pekin. That time it went right into the hands of Withrow. She just throws it up top now. It's probably going to be the answer. Eubanks drives inside, picks up a dribble, throws a high pass to Hadley. Hadley's put up is no good. Rebounded initially by Geis, and then taken away by Hillcrest. Hillcrest sets it up. Still locked at 2. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Hillcrest now, a foul is going to be called on. No, they're going to call 3 seconds in the lane on Delaney Shaw of the Ravens. Second time we've seen that call. Once on Pekin, now once on Hillcrest.
That's something you don't see called very often.
Certainly not twice in the quarter. Here's a high, lazy pass that is taken away. That's Yoder with it. She sends it right side now. Right back inside to Yoder. Yoder has Geis rip it out of her hands. No jump ball is called. And Geis will go down for the steal. Here comes Eubanks. Another high pass, this time to Geis. Geis reverses dribbles, but she travels in the process. She knew it, too. We're going to get a sub in here. Coleman's going to come out. Coming into the game will be Addie Petterin. Addie had a decent amount of minutes on Tuesday night. And she just tips this first pass. It goes out of bounds, then just goes off the fingertips of Lydia Beachy of the Ravens. So they turn it right back over to the Panthers. Deadlocked at 2. Just about halfway through this first quarter. Geis gets it into Eubanks. And they picked up her dribble and got in a little trouble as they reset. Geis left wing. Now she tries to pass inside. This is jumped by Helmuth, but the ball is popped free and loose and goes out of bounds. Last touch by Helmuth of Hillcrest.
Seen a lot of one-armed passes tonight instead of like the normal two-handed
And
chest pass.
Abby Geist just tried it again,
Yep.
tried to reach around the defender. It goes, Helmuth pokes it right back out of bounds. Pekin will keep it, but she was looking for Hadley inside there, and Hadley was not there. I'll get a bounce pass into Hadley. Pekin forces it back out top. Now they're going to work around the perimeter. Here they go inside to Geist. Geist loses the handle on it, tries to get it over to Hadley, and the ball's poked free in a jump ball situation. This will go back to Hillcrest now. We've only had 6 shots attempted tonight. 2 of them being a free throw, or 4 of them being free throws. So defense is winning, and here's just an errant pass. It's going to be picked up by the Panthers. Eubanks has it, top of the key. Goes behind Hadley, kicks it out. Geist with the left wing, looking inside for Hadley. She throws it up high. Hadley fields in, lays it up in, and good. Anna Hadley breaks the tie. It is 4-2 in favor of Pekin. 3:15 to go. Assist will go to Geist there. Here is Tara Poole. She has the ball taken away by Geist. Geist with another steal. That is her 3rd steal that I have down. As the Panthers work it far side. That's Parsons. She has the ball poked out of her hands. We're going to say a foul. It's going to be a reaching foul on Lydia Beachy. That is her 2nd. She's going to step out of the game with those 2 fouls here in the first quarter, and Pekin gets it into Geist. Geist crosses the floor, hands it off to Parsons. Parsons looking inside, now sends it right side to Eubank. Renee drives inside. Nothing doing. Outhouse poked out of her hand. 20 seconds still on the shot clock. Now she lob passes into Hadley. Hadley turns and shoots. This is no good. Rebounded, gets her own rebound. Putback is no good. Ball is still loose. Hadley nearly gets her own rebound again, and here's a foul on Anna Hadley. Parsons is going to check in for Hadley here. That's her first foul. Team's 3rd. And Maria Portillo is going to check in for the Ravens as they set up their offense. Still 4-2. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter as the Ravens send it across court. Ball is tipped out momentarily by Eubanks. That creates a lane for a pass inside. The shot is no good, but there's going to be a foul on Renee Eubanks. Shooting foul. That'll send Malia Yoder to the line for the Ravens. She's got the only 2 points of the night for Hillcrest. And we're going to get sub in for Hillcrest. Claire Winthrop checking back into the game. Back into the free throws off. It gets it to rattle in. 4-3 now. Pekin having a little trouble in the backcourt again. Parsons fields it in. She just takes it all the way up across half court. Now a 3 is attempted. It is no good. Rebounded. Battle for the rebound. They're going to call Geist over the back. That is her 2nd. And that is the team 5th, so that'll send Hillcrest to the line to shoot 2. Claire Winthrop at the free throw line. Her shot is good. We are tied at 4. Stavia Miller is going to check in for Malia Yoder for Hillcrest. Second shot. Good there. Claire Winthrop's got 2. And Hillcrest leads 5-3. With that, Hillcrest is going to take a full timeout. Minute 49 to go here in the first. Third timeout of the game already, and we still got a minute to play in the first quarter.
All right, we do thank Barn Wired at 119 East Marion in Sigourney for being our first quarter sponsor. Again, get in there for home decor, coffee, and more. They got great stuff to eat there as well at Barn Wired in Sigourney. We also thank the likes of Fremont Funeral Chapel, Shetler Insurance Services, Oski Dental, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Son-in-Law Services, Helmuth Ford, Federation Bank, Nutrien Ag and Hedrick, and Serve Pro for being on board as sponsors for Pekin basketball this year here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule. Now, this is our last game before Christmas break. Then we get into January. We'll have Pekin versus Columbus, Sigourney versus at Linville Sully, actually, and then North Mahaska at EBF. That's going to be a game, Josh,
That
coming
is
up
gonna-
in January.
Yes, number 1 and number 2 in Class 2A right now. Here's Pekin out of the timeout. That'll be a certain showdown as the Panthers lob it in. The Geis turns left side of the lane. She falls down on her way to the basket and is going to pick up a foul. Delaney Shaw is going to be charged with a blocking foul. And that is her second. Team's fifth as well, so Geis will go to the line. I think that would have been a shooting foul anyway, but nonetheless. Have you guys at the line to shoot 2 free throws? Left-handed shot, and she drains it. Missed her first 2.
How many field goals have we had in this game?
I'll have to look at the quarter break.
One
Otherwise, I'm
each.
going to pause my scoring app, and I don't want to do that. But not many. Here's Geis. Gets it to roll in. She's got 2 points, 2 for 4 at the line. Minute 39 here to go in the opening quarter. It is 6-5. Low-scoring affair thus far. And here's another possible turnover for the Ravens. They're able to wrangle it in right at the line. They try to bounce it off of Eubank's foot, and she does. Good heads-up play there by Claire Winthrow to bounce it off the defender's leg. Eubank was anticipating it. She had her arms down there ready for her to try it, but couldn't hang on to it. Hillcrest sets it up, and now it's tipped. It's going to go right back out of bounds. It's Maddie Petrin. Hillcrest will try it again. Little ball fake this time, but Petrin almost got it again. Pekin falls back. Geis reaches in, pokes the ball free. Now battle for the basketball. It's actually 2 Panthers. They're going to call a jump ball anyway, as Portillo actually got in there and just put one hand on the ball. Two Panthers were fighting over it. Here comes Pekin. See if they can break this press by Ravens, and I think Parsons just got away with the travel there. Nonetheless, she gets up to Geis, and now Geis is going to get a double dribble. She loses the handle on it. Regardless, even though Parsons got away with the turnover, Abby did not. Less than a minute to go here in the first, and now Petrin takes it away again, pokes it in the backcourt, and she's tripped from behind. That's going to be a foul on the Ravens, and that'll send Petrin to the line. Call that foul on Maddie Portillo, her first. Two shots here now for Maddie. She gets the roll on the first one. As Hadley is going to check in for Geis. As Petrin connects on her second free throw. And now a pass inside is taken away by Eubanks. Has to clear it out. Picks up her dribble in the backcourt. Gets it to Petrin. Petrin will bring them up. 38 seconds to go. Maddie stops, fires a three, and this is off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Parsons, and a foul called on Parsons. Parsons have one more opportunity at it here. First time at the line tonight. And that is good. Ravens using some pace to get back down the floor. Now an errant pass, not even looking. That's going to be an over and a back because nobody touched it for Peak inside. Hadley tries to kick it back out, takes the tip pass right back into her hands and puts it back up and good. Hadley's got 4, 2 for 5 from the field. 10 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Trying to get a shot off. They do get a 3 off, but this is going to be an air ball that goes out of bounds. It was tipped, but that was tipped by the Ravens' Maren Boschert. 2.9 seconds for the Panthers here. They'll try to get it in bounds and get a quick shot off to get it to they got it into Eubanks, who tossed up to Hadley. Hadley tried a half-court shot that did not go in. And that is how we will go to the second quarter with Pekin leading 11-5.
All right, we thank Barn Wired for sponsoring our first quarter. And as we go into the second quarter, it's sponsored by Fremont Funeral Chapel. Let's hear from them right now. The staff members at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa will guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. A ceremony can be anything you wish it to be, simple or elaborate, traditional or unique. No matter how it's tailored, such a ceremony is an important step in recovering from loss. Let the staff at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa help you in your time of need. And again, we thank Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont for being our second quarter sponsor. You know, one thing, Josh, I've been noticing when we're on, I'll show on the camera, when we're on this end of the court, we have that big screen, the big video screen up on the wall that when it goes dark, kind of right what it is right now with the Panther up on the screen, it's almost like a light goes out in the gym. It's a little bit distracting. I wonder what it's like for the players when the light changes from bright to dark like that. It's a little bit startling.
Yeah, it catches my eye. They keep going to like a community calendar, and here's Hillcrest taking a little too much time in the break there. Referee puts the ball down and gives the whistle. Now they can just try a quick 3 and no good. Rebounded by Abby Geis. Now here is a travel by Petrin.
We should mention, we don't think they had that video screen up and going the other night when we were here, so just something we noticed.
Here is a 3, no good, rebounded by Hadley. Hadley kept her balance just long enough to pass that off to Coleman. Coleman brings him up the floor, left wing, passes it off to Geis. Geis thought about a 3, now kicks it back up top. Petrin drives right side, sends it to the corner to Coleman, right back to Petrin. She can't do anything with it, hands it off to Hadley. Hadley turns and lays it up in and good. Hadley's got 6, and Pekin leads 13-5, 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Hillcrest hesitant to send passes inside in the zone that Pekin's playing. Their zone blow, and now a carry by Abby Geis in the backcourt. She knew it immediately. Turns it right back over to the Ravens. Here is Yoder for the Ravens. Sends it left side. It's tipped again. Pekin playing a kind of a 3-2 zone, and here's 3 seconds in the lane. whistled on Neva Helmuth.
That's the third one tonight.
Yeah, it is. It is 3. Pekin's keeping 2 defenders at the box, and the Ravens are trying to work their defenders in between those two, which is making them stay in there longer than they need to. There's a quick handoff to Hadley, who fires a jumper from the three-point throw line. Loose ball is going to create a jump ball opportunity. Maria Portillo had the ball on the ground, had nowhere to give it up to. I'm surprised Hillcrest didn't take a timeout there. Pekin with the jump ball had the possession in their favor. Worked around. Geis, right wing, stops, kicks it back to Eubanks. Eubanks yet to attempt a shot here tonight. She didn't get going until late in the game the other night. Here's a high pass inside to Coleman, but it goes into Hadley's hands. She misses a zero-range shot, and she is fouled. And no, she's called with the foul, excuse me. That is her second. Team's first of the quarter. And here comes Yoder all the way into the lane, puts up a tough shot, in and out, no good. Rebound is battle for a rebound. They're going to call it a foul before the basket. I think they're going to wave this off. Call that foul on Abby Geis. That's her third. She's going to have to come out, you would think. It's 13-5. Yeah, it should adjust the scoreboard in the leaving Geis out there. Here is a quick shot, no good. Geis battling for the rebound. She falls to the floor. Helmuth gathers it in. Ravens try to get it back up top. They do. Yoder drives inside, passes back to Helmuth. Helmuth kicks it outside. Helmuth from the corner gets a shot, and this is in and out and in. 13-7 now. Geis stays on the floor with 3 fouls here in the second quarter. She brings it across, sends it up to Eubanks. Eubanks can't quite handle it, but gathers it in down the corner. Right back to Geis. Geis has a open look, takes a shot. No good. Air ball. Is Hillcrest working pace, trying to get some transition points here. That was a quick 3 taken by Hillcrest. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Geis. Geis. Gets it to Petrin. Petrin right back to Geis. They throw it into Petrin. She lays it up and too strong. No good. Inside out for the Ravens. They fire a 3. This is short off the front of the rim. Takes an awkward bounce. Gathered in by the Ravens. The putback is good. That is Yoder. She's got 6. Or 5, excuse me. Good shot again by the Panthers. They're running the court. They're going to stay out of bounds. Last touch by Pekin. Hadley will check out. In came Parsons there on that out-of-bounds play. Yoder drives inside, left side of the lane, puts up a shot. This is no good, but this is going to be a foul, shooting foul on Parsons. It's her first foul. Timeout called by Pekin. Pekin is going to be down to 2 timeouts in the game here after this one. Take a 30-second timeout for them.
And again, we do thank Fremont Funeral Chapel for being our second quarter sponsor. We thank all of our sponsors for being on board with us for Pekin football. I did it again, Josh. I said Pekin football, Pekin basketball. Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Shetler Insurance Services, Oski Dental, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Son-in-Law Services, Helmuth Ford, Federation Bank, Nutrien Ag in Hedrick, and Serve Pro, all on board as sponsors for Pekin basketball.
All right, out of that timeout, Malia Yoder for the Ravens will go to the line and shoot 2. Abby Geis still out there for the Panthers with 3 fouls. Yoder's first shot is off the front of the rim, no good. I must have one wrong here because on the scoreboard it only has 2 for guys. We'll look at that. Yoder connects on the second. Pekin's had some trouble here in the backcourt. Coleman gets it across, sends it to Eubank. Eubank, ball fakes, tries to drive. Now she tries to pass over the top to Geis. Geis turns and shoots fadeaway, gets the roll. And she's got 4 points, 1 for 3 from the field. Zabby Geis. Ravens now working around. (15-10). Here's a 3 by Yoder, and this is good. Yoder's got 9. Parsons drives all the way right side of the lane. Eubanks is screaming for the ball. Doesn't see her. Gets it outside to Geis. Geis, nice pass to Coleman. Coleman lays it up in and good. Paisley's got 4. Now a pass inside is taken away by Geis. She gets it to Petrin. Petrin lets everything clear out, and then she'll bring him up the floor. Lob inside to Geis. She goes out for it. Now she's going to try to spin out of it. Travel is called. And Hillcrest, trailing by 4, comes up the floor with 3:08 to go here in the first half. Yoder sends it outside. That's Poole. All the way around back to Yoder. They try to force it inside to Helmuth, and Helmuth is fouled by Coleman. It's Coleman's second. Just inside 3 minutes to go here. A timeout is taken by Helmuth, or by Hillcrest. 30-second timeout. And well, Steve, we're at our 5th timeout of the game here, and we're not even at halftime yet.
I'm running out of things to say.
Well, I'm going to let you try to find something to say while I fix these fouls on my score sheet here.
Well, again, coming up tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., we'll go live for the sports section. We'll be live at Barnwired in Sigourney. We'll be talking to some of these Pekin girls basketball players and their coach, along with North Mahaska Archery, North Mahaska Dance, and Keota boys basketball. So a nice variety of towns and sports on tomorrow's sports section starting at 8 a.m.
All righty. Well, after that timeout, Hillcrest try to get no fouls on the Ravens here in the second quarter. Pekin's at 4, so the next foul by the Panthers will result in shots for Hillcrest. This is after they attempt this 3. This is no good. Long rebound is tipped initially by Eubanks, gathered in by the Ravens. Get it in to Yoder. Yoder, Stearns tries a tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Geis. Geis has got, I think, 5 rebounds total thus far. They try to find her inside there, nothing doing. Actually, that was Petrin. Slapped out by the Ravens. Pekin will keep it. With 22 seconds on the shot clock. Petrin just throws it all the way in the backcourt. Helmuth is going to chase it down and tries for a layup. She does not get the roll. Battle for the rebound. Eubanks comes up with it, but they're going to call her with a foul, reaching over the top of Yoder. And that'll send Yoder to the line. That's Eubanks' second foul. And Yoder has now got 10 points on the night. Hadley checking back in for Parsons. High free throw. This one bounces off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hadley.
Here we go, Ravens.
As Eubanks takes it herself all the way left side of the lane, picks up the ball, and then ends up dragging her foot to get the travel. 2:22 to go. Hillcrest has pulled it back within 3. And Yoder brings him up the floor. Yoder, right side now. With Rowe. Gets her right back up top. Right back to her. Eubanks nearly jumped the pass. Withrow throws it off the knee of Geis and out of bounds. Get it into. Here's a rebound. That's going to be a foul on Helmuth as she fell backwards into Coleman. And that is the second foul on Helmuth. Geis inbounds it, gets it to Petrin. Petrin weaves her way back and forth, back to Geis. Geis has got a lane if she wants to take it. She doesn't. Minute 53 to go. Tries to pass it inside to Hadley. Passes jump by Helmuth. Beacon will keep it. Minute 51 to go. And we're going to get a substitute from Hillcrest. Is Ruth Withoff. It's going to take over for Helmuth.
Who?
Withoft. Here's a nice layup by Abby Geis. Right back down the floor come the Ravens, and Yoder's going in for a foul, and now a technical is going to be called on Abby Geis. So she picks up her fourth foul.
Dang. Does that count as a foul itself with the technical?
I don't know if that counts.
Nope.
Parsons will check in for her. And Yoder will shoot the technical fouls. That does count as the
she's out.
Yep, that is her fifth foul. So personal foul, and then she. We could hear her from up here scream something you shouldn't on her way out of bounds, and then was teed up. So those were the shots for the personal foul, and here comes the shots for the technical foul. That's Winthrow. Yoder made the first shots. Winthrow is shooting the technical foul shots.
Josh, did I miss a point for Pekin? Do they have 18 or 19?
I have them as 19.
Okay.
So, and with the technical, Hillcrest gets it right back as Petrin knocks it right back out of bounds. Hillcrest gets it in this time. Could take the lead or tie it up on this possession. Now 3 seconds in the lane is called again on Ruth Withoft. Pekin breaks the press. Hadley has it across half court. She gets it back to Eubanks. Eubanks has a wide open look. Doesn't take it, though. Now she tries to lob it into Hadley. She gets it in there. Hadley's shot is no good, but she's fouled.
Well, guys fouling out in the first half is huge.
Yeah, I actually saw her do that against Sigourney last year, too. She actually fouled out almost in the first quarter. But, yes, that's a not something we want to have to deal with. I was kind of surprised she was still playing out there. I mean, she picked up her third foul in the first quarter, so surprising that she was still out there. As Helmuth checks back in the game. As Hadley connects on her second free throw. There's 5 team fouls on Pekin as well. They surpassed that prior to the foul by Geis. And here's a tip pass by Hadley. Driving lane and picking up the foul was Claire Winthrow. Call that foul on Eubanks. Her third. So Pekin got some foul issues here as a minute to go here in the second quarter. And now you got Eubanks with 3. Winthrow connects on her first one. Hadley's got 2. Winthrop connects again. Now Coleman loses the handle on it momentarily. Picks it up. Then she's going to run the length of the floor. Helmuth finally gets in front of her and causes Coleman to lose a handle on the ball. Goes out of bounds. Turns it right back over to the Ravens, who trail by 1 with 55.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. Here comes Yoder. Left side, left wing Yoder. She's looking inside, head ball fakes and drives inside all the way down to the baseline. Now kick it back out. All the way right side to Withrow. She fires a 3, and this is no good. Rebound's being tipped around. Yoder comes up with it. Kicks right back out. They're going to try it again. That's Withrow. Now she sends it inside to Helmuth. Helmuth turns, shoot, no good. Ball is still loose. Finally comes up with it was Hadley. 25 seconds left to go in the half. Shot clock is off. Petrin, left wing to Eubanks. Eubanks fires a 3, her first shot of the night, and she drains it. Seven seconds to go here. See if Hillcrest can get a shot off. She tries. This is off the front of the rim. No good. The putback attempt is in time and good by Claire Winthrop to send us to halftime with the Panthers leading 23-21. And a lot to talk about with the way that's going to go. But Hillcrest able to close that gap. And Pekin's going to be in some foul trouble here as we go to the second half.
All right, so we're 23-21 in favor of Pekin against Hillcrest Academy. We thank Fremont Funeral Chapel for being our second quarter sponsor. As we go to the halftime, we do thank Stacy Shetler at Shetler Insurance Services for bringing us halftime. We'll turn our mics down for a few minutes, so we'll be back here probably about 8 minutes or so for the second half here on Steve Shetler Media. right, we are back here at halftime. Pekin versus Hillcrest in high school basketball action. Our halftime being sponsored by Shetler Insurance Services. Get a hold of Stacy on the east side of the square in Sigourney. Give her a call at 641-636-7744 for your insurance needs for Shetler Insurance Services. Again, halftime, Pekin leads Hillcrest Academy in the girls' game 23-21. And Josh, we've got under a minute here before the second half begins. We haven't seen the Pekin girls return quite yet.
No, and they typically don't do that. They just come out as they're ready to play. They don't get their warm-up shots in between, and be interesting to see how they go about this with, as you mentioned, towards the end of the half there, Abby Geis fouled out on a personal foul and then technical foul that got her fifth foul of the game. She was playing on the floor with 3 points, or with 3 fouls. And so that'd be a big blow. Hillcrest came storming back in that one. Pekin led 11-5 after the first, and then Hillcrest outscored them 16-12 to get within 2 here as we start the second half. And Hillcrest will start with the ball as they send it inside out. Now down below, kick it right back outside. That's Yoder. Yoder falls down with it, but the ball comes free, so she's not whistled with the travel. Pekin unable to gather it in. Pekin was playing a 3-2 zone, now a 2-3 zone. Here's a pass inside tip by Coleman right into the hands, though, of Helmuth. And Hillcrest continues with the press, and Yoder takes it right away and lays it right back up. And then just like that, Hillcrest tied it up and takes the lead by 2. Coleman coming across now. She's got numbers as she she just missed her lane there. She had an opening for Parsons. Now Petron's going to try a 3. This is off the front of the rim, no good. Two-three zone now. Hillcrest is finding their way through it. Now a pass from Helmuth goes outside and out of bounds, so Hillcrest turns it right back over. And Pekin, 1 minute into the third quarter, takes their 4th timeout of the game. They will have 1 remaining the rest of the way here. 1 remaining and some foul trouble. That's what I was going to get into next. I'll let you go ahead and get your... Do you need to get a commercial in? We got a whole minute here. Otherwise, I can continue talking.
We will chat about Oski Dental being our third quarter sponsor. You can stop in and see Dr. Dan Schuster in Oskaloosa. You can give him a call and schedule your appointment at 641-673-4845. Oski Dental, the third quarter sponsor, and a huge supporter overall of Steve Shetler Media. We really appreciate all that Oski Dental does for Steve Shetler Media, so we appreciate them. Josh, we got about 20 seconds to go before the timeout is over.
All right, yeah, so the Panthers in some foul trouble. They actually have girls on the floor. You got Eubanks and Campbell. Eubanks has got 3, Campbell's got 2, and Hadley's got 2 as well. So a lot of fouls there in that second quarter, and now down to just 1 timeout in the game. They're trailing by 2. Eubanks will get it into Coleman. Coleman tries to find Hadley. Hadley backpedaling, puts up a shot, no good. And Hillcrest right back down the floor. Yoder, right wing, drives inside, puts up a runner, gets up a fall, and she's fouled. So she'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. They call that foul on Anna Hadley. That is her 3rd. And unable to commit the 3-point play, but rebounded by Helmuth. Helmuth's trying to go back up. Coleman doing a good job containing her. She sends it outside, and they get a 3 from Claire Winthrow. Pekin having trouble even getting the ball to their side of the court at this point. And now a tip ball turnover that Renee Eubanks could not track down. There's a right back over to Hillcrest. 30-23 now, off to a 7-point lead. Pekin led by 2, and we started this half a minute and a half ago. Inside out, they're going to try another 3, and this one's in and out, no good. Rebounded by, it's going to get her own rebound. That's Withrow. Puts it back up. This is no good. Gathered in by Parsons. Parsons in the corner. She's going to get trapped. She's going to need some help loses the ball. Coming up with this is Hillcrest, and they'll have no shot clock to work with. Inside they go. Hadley pokes it free. Coleman tried to gather it in. Gets up in Winthrow's hand. She fires a three. No good. Eubanks gets the rebound, and she's going to be fouled from behind. That foul is going to be on Lydia Beachy. That's her third. It's Coleman. Dribbles into a trap. Eubanks tries to reverse court. Throws a high pass down to two Panthers getting each other's way. Yoder takes away from him, goes full length forward, puts up a shot. This is no good. It was blocked by Coleman. Next, the follow-up shot was blocked by Coleman. And then the third follow-up shot, Coleman's whistled for the foul. That is Paisley's third. So now three Pekin Panthers on the floor with 3 fouls. First free throw from Delaney Shaw is good. This is the second one. Hadley comes up with the rebound, gets to Coleman. Coleman throws it up the floor to Eubank. Eubanks tries to fight. Hadley, she gets her. Hadley lays it up in and no good. Gets her own rebound though, and she's going to be fouled. The battle for the ball. Call that foul on Withrow, her second. Marion Boschart is going to check in the game for the Ravens. 31-23, 5:26 to go. Eubank tries to lob it into Coleman. Coleman, tough shot, no good. Ravens right back down the floor. Yoder sends it right side to Withrow. Withrow inside to Helmuth. Helmuth lays it up in and good. Now Eubanks working through defense. She has Hadley running free down the floor. Hadley lays it up in. No good. Hadley can't connect. Yoder comes up with the rebound. Now we're going the other way. Yoder slows up and lets the offense set up. Started inside to Yoder, and she's going to be fouled by Coleman again. And that'll be her fourth.
Whatever the Hillcrest coach drew up at halftime, certainly working.
Yes, it was 23-21 in favor of Pekin at half, and it is now 33-23 as Helmuth tries to get a shot in. No good. Rebounded by Eubanks. Eubanks is going to run length of the floor, and she's going to stop left wing. Passes it back to Parsons. Parsons right side to Petrin. Petrin tries to feed it inside to Hadley, and Hadley's fouled by Helmuth. That is her third, I believe. As Coleman will now come out with those 3 fouls, and will come Carly Gamble. Gamble, first time on the floor here tonight. Get into Parsons. Parsons back to Petrin. Petrin goes again. Parsons dribbles opposite the screen, goes up for a shot. It is blocked by Boschart. Get in the hands of Yoder. Yoder slows it up, sends it right side now. Pass inside is tipped by Eubanks. Gets in the hands of Yoder. The backside is open. She goes up for an easy layup, misses it. Helmuth gets the rebound. Her putback is no good. This time Hadley. And Hadley's going to pick up her 4th foul. As she had the elbows out swinging. The timeout taken by Pekin. That is their final timeout. Is wanting to talk to the officials about that call on Hadley, and he charged him with his final timeout. So Pekin will be out of timeouts here, trailing by 10.
Big time foul trouble, too.
Yes, big time. Hadley's got 4. Eubanks has got 3. Campbell on the bench right now with 4. We'll see if she comes back into the game any time, but certainly Pekin just don't have an answer right now, and they're running out of options to try to fight their way back into this. Probably going to have to look
out of timeouts, too.
They're out of timeouts and some serious foul trouble, so probably going to have to see some of these, one of the bench players come in and make an impact for Pekin to get back into this thing. Hadley's going to have to play cautiously with the 4 fouls. If Coleman comes back in, she'd have to do the same thing. Hillcrest will have it. That is also the 4th team foul on Pekin this quarter, so the next foul by the Panthers will result in shooting as Petrin jumps that pass and pushes it right back out of bounds. Petrin's done a nice job tonight of disrupting those inbound passes from Hillcrest to the point where they're running a stacked defense with Pekin sitting back in their zone. So props to Petrin for forcing them that. And here's a travel by Maria Portillo. Turn it right back over to the Panthers. 3:57 to go. Pekin trails by 10. A little bit of trouble. Hadley crosses half court. She goes all the way down inside, and then she's fouled by Marion Boschert. That's very, use the word conservative call. Not much happening there, but nonetheless it goes in the Panthers' way. 3:49 to go. Petrin looking to get it into someone. She's got nobody. She's got to throw it, and she bounces it off of a Hillcrest defender. Great play by Petrin. Then she walks with it. So makes a great play and then takes a mental lapse. Bounced it off the defender's leg and came back in bounds and caught it. Great heads-up play there. But then just continued walking after she stopped her dribble. Turns it right back over. Now Petrin just about takes it away, and there is a shot off the side of the backboard. Battle for the rebound goes to Hillcrest. They're going to move it around to Withrow. She's going to try a 3. This looks strong. It is. Rebounded by Gamble. Gamble tries to get it back to Petrin, and Petrin is ran into. It's going to be a foul on Hillcrest. That foul is on Withrow. That's her 3rd, and that is the team's 5th foul for Hillcrest, so that'll send Pekin to the line. And not a whole lot of bright spots thus far tonight, but Maddie Petrin, hopefully I'm saying that last name right, but is certainly making a case for player of the game here tonight as she's at the line. Her first shot is good. Gets a roll there.
Pekin finally on the board in the second half.
Yeah, first point of the second half. It's Petrin's 3rd point of the night. All 3 have came at the free throw line. But multiple tip balls going out of bounds and stuff. Not many steals. She connects on the second one, so she's perfect at the line. 4 for 4. And not a lot of stats defensively, but certainly, she's to the point where now a foul off the ball.
Was it a foul or was it another 3 seconds?
No, it wasn't. It must have been 3 seconds in the lane. They didn't signal a foul on a player. He's now trying to sling inside to Hadley. Take this off of her hands, gathering in as Gamble lays it up in and good. Carly Gamble with her first 2 points of the game off the bench. She's playing because of the foul trouble right now. Pekin showing some life here on a 5-point or a 4-point run, and now taken away by Gamble, and she's fouled almost immediately. Call that foul on Portillo. That'll result in free throws. 2:48 to go here in the 3rd. Both teams in the bonus. Every foul will result in free throws the rest of the way. That rule's about a year and a half old in high school basketball now. As Gamble, Harley Gamble, the freshman, misses her first one. Checking in is Stavia Miller for the Ravens. Gamble's second free throw is good. She's got 3. 28-33, 2:45 to go. Yoder, top of the key, sends it right side. That's Bosch. Now a high pass right back. It's thrown over the top of Miller and out of bounds. Turns it right back over to Pekin. I got to say, Steve, that all the basketball games I've been to, rarely are you halfway through the third quarter and teams don't have timeouts to use. I mean, actually, they corrected the scoreboard. Pekin does have one timeout remaining. Here's a tip ball. Goes out of bounds, last touch by Hillcrest. Pekin will have one timeout remaining. Hillcrest has two, so that last timeout where thought they had charged it to Pekin, Hillcrest had taken a full timeout. Here's Hadley on the inbound, puts a shot up immediately. It's missed. She'll go to the free throw line. That foul is going to be on Maren Boschart. And that is Boschart's, I believe, her second. Xana Hadley will go to the line. She was here earlier. Went 1-on-1. Here she misses the first one. Second one is no good. Rebounded by Hillcrest. Yoder brings him up. Calls out her play. Sends it right side. That's Miller. Miller right back is jumped again by Petrin. Hillcrest hangs on to it, though. Shot clock does not reset. Here's Petrin again, knocking it into the hands of Eubanks. Could hold on to it. Ends up in the hands of Yoder, who's left free on the backside. No good on her shot. Battle for the rebound goes off the hands and out of bounds. Last touch by Delaney Shaw of the Ravens. Pekin will get it back. And, yeah, the more I watch, Maddie Petrin is the sophomore guard is really disruptive. Again, not creating a lot of stats, just creating a lot of disruption and disrupting the flow of the Ravens. As here's Eubank pulls back. She fires a three, and it's off the front of the rim, no good. That's someone else that's going to have to really step it up. She's only shot twice tonight. The other night against Lone Tree is here's Yoder with the shot. This is no good. Rebounded by Eubanks. Eubanks clears out, brings it right side of the floor, but she caught fire in the late part of the third and the early fourth quarter, and here's a foul. The foul was on the floor, so the shot does not count. Called that foul again on Boschart. That'll send Anna Hadley to the line. Refs' whistles are certainly going to work out here tonight. Here's it off the front of the rim for Hadley. So it turns into a good foul by the Ravens. As Ruth Withoft will check in now for Delaney Shaw. There's a third foul on Boschart. I'm not sure if I said that as Hadley misses the back end. She's just 1 for 6 from the free throw line. Yoder looking for a lane in this zone by the Panthers. Yoder sends it inside. That's Withoft. She can't connect. Ball is caught by Eubanks. Eubanks runs the length of the floor, stops left wing. She fires a three from there, and this is short. Air ball that's going to be saved by Gamble initially, but this is going to go right back out of that. No, the Ravens are going to catch it inbounds. Turn it back over. I like to see that from Renee Eubanks, though. She's going to have to start shooting those, get these back in the game. Here's Yoder. She's going to try a three from the left wing. No good. Rebounded by Hadley. Hadley clears it out, hands it off to Renee. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter, 33-28. Hadley, left side lane, kicks it out to Eubank. Eubank head fakes the three, drives inside, puts a jumper up, and this is good. Renee Eubanks has got 5 points in this third quarter, and the Panthers back to within 3. Now taken away again by Petrin. Her layup is no good, but Parsons is right there, and Parsons can't get it to go. Yoder coming down, 6 seconds left. She sends it outside, back inside. They try to get a shot off. They do, and this is no good. Time will expire. No whistle. Letting them finish that quarter out as we will head to the fourth quarter with Pekin trailing 30-33.
All right, we thank Oskey Dental for sponsoring that quarter, and Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics brings us the fourth quarter. Let's hear from them right now.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP, is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Alrighty, we do thank Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics for sponsoring our fourth quarter, which is set to begin. And Josh, that was a weird quarter. Pekin had the lead at half. Hillcrest Academy came out, scored I think maybe the first 12 points of the quarter, and then Pekin rallied to make it a 3-point game. So here we are, 33-30 in favor of Hillcrest.
We are, and the foul trouble still looms for the Panthers. 33-30. Coleman, is going to come back out. She's got 4. Hadley's got 4. And Veteran, then the pace setter for the Panthers. Now she tries to pass inside. It's taken away by Helmuth. Helmuth goes length of the floor, puts up a shot, and just loses a handle on it. No foul called. I'm going to say Coleman tipped the ball out. Tough spot for Coleman to be in. If you need her production on the floor, you almost just tell her to let it go. She had pretty good position though. Here's a tough and inbound pass, and now a foul on number 3 for Hillcrest. That's Yoder. Speaking works the crowd as a travel by Carly Gamble. Here's Hillcrest trying to get inside to Helmuth. Helmuth reverses sides, puts up a shot, and it's good. Helmuth has got 3 fouls as well. She's got 8 points on the night, though. And here, Hadley sends it left side to Gamble, who cannot connect again. Just missed a couple of those right there at the net. Right back down the floor is Hillcrest. Send it inside to Helmuth. She lays it up in and good. Right there was an example of what fouls do to you. Hadley had to lay off because of the foul trouble she's in. Eubank finds Hadley up the floor. Helmuth is covering in, and she fouls. No, we're going to say off the leg of Hadley. Out of bounds. And now we're going to get Gamble's going to come out. In will come Parsons. As Hillcrest works with the 7-point lead, 7 minutes to go in the game. Up the middle. Petrin is trying to defend it there, but gets a free look for Yoder to try a 3. She's no good. Bringing it down is Eubanks. Eubanks stops her dribble left side. Pekin works it around. That's Parsons. Down in the corner, back up top to Coleman. Coleman hands it off to Petrin, left side to Eubanks. They lob it right back into Petrin, and has it tipped away and taken away by Hillcrest down before they come, leading by 7. And now a travel by Claire Winthrow out on the perimeter. Another turnover. Pekin gets it in. Petrin and Eubanks working back and forth as they come across. Eubanks picks up her dribble. Has to get rid of it. And they call a push on number 10, Delaney Shaw. It'll be the second foul, her third foul. Second foul by the Ravens in this fourth. Backcourt Parsons up to Petrin. Petrin lobs it into Hadley. Hadley dribbles once, turns, shoots. This is off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Helmuth. Ravens bring it down the floor. Working quick, try to get inside to Helmuth. Ball is scored loose. Now they get it outside, and a 3 is taken. Wide open look is no good. Battle for the rebound. Coleman is going to get it over the bat, Coleman is going to get fouled by Helmuth over the back. It's Helmuth's fourth. She stays in the game. Now Yoder jumps the pass but can't quite hang on as it goes out of bounds. Eubank got a little lazy with the pass there. Helmuth checks out of the game now. Those 4 fouls. Eubank gets it in to Coleman. Coleman looks for Yoder. Yoder has it, Hadley. Hadley has it slapped away. Yoder grabs it in. She lays it up in and good. Battle for the rebound lays it up in and no good. Battle for the rebound goes off the hands. Last touch by Hillcrest. And Pekin will try it again. 5:44 to go in the game. Another high lob pass. And here's over the head of Petrin. Petrin off of Hadley. It's a battle for the ball at the half-court line. Yoder comes up with it. She's going inside. Coleman's got to keep position. She causes enough disruption to make Yoder miss. Now Coleman dribbles out of a trap, trying to get up to Eubanks. Has a pass tipped. It goes out of bounds. Stays with Pekin.
Tell you what, Josh, Hillcrest has had plenty of opportunities to pull away in this game. They just haven't been able to make the baskets.
Right. We're right back in this fourth quarter. We're kind of back to where we were in that first quarter. Hardly any scoring. Here's another pass jump as Pekin's getting lazy with their passes. Eubanks comes up with this one off the missed shot, and she just loses the handle on it. The ball is just being tossed around, and here's another foul on Hillcrest. And it's an interesting game with the foul calls. That's the 4th foul on Delaney Shaw. It's almost like we go a minute where everything's called and we go a minute where nothing's called, and kind of back and forth there. That's the 3rd team foul on Hillcrest. You certainly don't want to hear as Petrin has the ball picked out of her hand and then chases it down. She didn't need to chase that down. Yoder was the last to touch that. Petrin turns it over. Here comes the Ravens as they work it around the perimeter. Inside, turns and shoots. That's off the top of the backboard, rebounded by Hadley. Hadley lets it clear. Whoa! And they're going to call Hadley with that as she was turning around, lost her balance. She'll foul out of the game. And they'll send Carly Gamble in to take her spot. So 5 minutes left. The Panthers have 2 girls fouled out of the game. And you look down that foul slot on the scoreboard. Here's a timeout taken by Hillcrest. They'll have 1 remaining. But as you look at the foul column, they take a full timeout, full minute. You got 3-2, 3-3 on the floor, 3-4 for the Pekins or for the Panthers. So lots of fouls been called. Hillcrest will have the ball out of the timeout, leading by 7.
We haven't had any 3-second calls lately. Hey, we do thank all of our sponsors. Keokuk County Hospital and Clinic sponsoring our 4th quarter. We've got Barnwired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Shetler Insurance Services, Oski Dental, Son-in-Law Services. We're going to have to be picking a Son-in-Law Services player of the game coming up here, Josh. Also Helmuth Ford, Federation Bank, Nutrien Ag and Hedrick, and ServPro, all on board as sponsors for Pekin basketball this winter here on Steve Shetler Media. It's our last high school game of the calendar year, and then we'll have a super-duper busy January coming up here on Steve Shetler Media, covering Pekin, North Mahaska, and Sigourney basketball. So lots of games yet to come this winter in January and also into February here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube.
All right. My stats are by no regard official, but I got 33 fouls on the night tonight between both teams. And here, Petrin jumps a pass again and pushes out of bounds, forces Hillcrest to do it again. And Son-in-Law Services player of the game, certainly leading candidate right now, is Maddie Petrin. Second look runner-up probably right now if Eubanks has got the opportunity, if she can get hot. But here's a steal by Parsons. Parsons lays it up and misses it. You got Hillcrest girls tripping over each other, and Gamble jumps and touches the ball and goes out of bounds. Physical game here to... Young ladies will need their winter break after this one. And here's a Blindside shot. Yoder comes up with the rebound. Her putback is no good. Tries to get her own rebound, and she's fouled this time by Coleman, I think. That would be Coleman's fifth. No, they're going to call that on Gamble. Call that on Gamble. That's her first. Yoder and Petrin, who have been working against each other all night. Here's an inbound toss to Yoder. She's fouled by Coleman. That'll be Coleman's fifth.
They're going to run out players here.
Yeah,
pretty quick,
now they're
John.
going to have to send in. That is Peyton Coleman to take over for Paisley. They'll send Yoder to the line. That is the third team foul, but that was a shooting foul. As Yoder rattles it home. That's with an 8-point lead, and Yoder connects on her second one. 39-30. And then Coleman tries to go across the side to Parsons, and it's slapped out of bounds by Lydia Beachy. Got a couple subs here. Helmuth is going to come back in with those 4 fouls. And the same with Delaney Shaw has got 4 as well. So 2 girls with 4 fouls coming back in. Give it in to Eubank. Can't do anything with it. She's already dribbled. Thought she already dribbled. She goes all the way around court into the lane. Has the ball stripped away initially. Takes it outside. Fires a 3 as Petrin. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hillcrest. They run into each other. Ball is still on the floor, and now a jump ball is going to be called. Now a they call a foul off the ball on Helmuth. That will be her 5th foul. Helmuth, she'll have to come out of the game with 3:55 to go. Gives it back to Pekin. Pekin's got 3:55, trailing by 9. Coleman was doing jumping jacks there, and they get it left side over the head of Parsons and out of bounds. Pekin turns it right back over, and you mentioned, Steve, about Hillcrest having all the chances in the world to kind of pull away. Pekin's had plenty of chances to close the gap and just keeps, unfortunately, I mean, we'll look at it at the end, but the possessions versus shots on the basket are, it's got to be not good. Here's a missed deep jumper rebounded by Eubanks. Eubanks needs to pull up here and drain a 3 or find a spot to take one. Yoder's kind of glued to her right now. And she tries another one of those high passes, and I mean, she has a really hard, it's going to be a very rare that she gets that to that pass completed, but it's 4th foul on Claire Winthrow. But just dangerous to throw it up in the air, and maybe that's what's calling. I mean, I don't know how that's a foul there. We'll take it for Pekin, but the ball's in the air. I mean, it's anybody's ball. They both have the right to it. First free throw is missed by Gamble. Just 1 for 3 from the line tonight. Her second one is off the mark. Did not catch the rim, so that'll draw the whistle, and Hillcrest will take over, still leading by 9. 3:20 to go in the game. Both teams, 1 timeout remaining. 5 team fouls on the Ravens here in this quarter. Here's Yoder, right side of the lane. She has the ball ripped out of her hands. They're going to call a foul, probably on Eubanks. Yeah, they get Renee Eubanks, her 4th now. And that sends Yoder to the line for the Ravens. She gets the roll on this one. Did not mention at the top of this is Yoder. So they're closing in on it now with 10-point lead. 3 minutes to go. Here's Coleman. Back left side to Eubanks. Eubanks gets a opening, fires a three, and this is off the front of the rim, no good. Long rebound goes to Gamble, right back to Eubanks. Round. That's Coleman. Peyton Coleman. She runs in, puts a jumper up. This is no good. Rebounded by Hillcrest. Ravens with a 10-point lead, 2:40 to go. Since it worked around the arc, another unforced turnover. No, Yoder saves it. Yoder puts a mid-range jumper up and gets it to fall. She's got 20 points, does Yoder, on the night as they try to find Coleman, and it's over her head into the seats. As I was saying, though, if Bound is correct, as Pekin's going to take their final time out of the game. Just going off of Bound, I have no idea if this is true or not, or I trust it, but the series between Pekin and Hillcrest, Pekin leads the series 29-1. The last time Hillcrest beat Pekin in the girls' game, again according to Bound, was December 3rd of 2010. So,
wow,
well on their way to their first victory in 25 years. What's the year right now, Steve? Is it 24 still?
Just barely.
Just barely. All right.
That's crazy. We do thank Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics for sponsoring the fourth quarter, and Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Shetler Insurance Services, Oski Dental, Son-in-Law Services, Helmuth Ford, Federation Bank, Nutrien Ag and Hedrick, and ServPro, all as sponsors on Pekin basketball here on Steve Shetler Media. We're in the fourth quarter, 42-30 in favor of Hillcrest Academy.
And on the floor for the Panthers, Peyton Coleman out there. We got basically the same five that were out there. 3 Panthers have fouled out of this game. 1 Hillcrest Academy Raven has fouled out. All fouls will result in free throws rest of the way. And here's Withrow going to the lane, or going to the net, getting the shot and the foul. Call that foul on Parsons. 44-30, make it 45-30. So they sounded the horn for a substitution, but the referee said that she was not there in time. So Pekin will do it again. Get it into Coleman. Coleman sends it up. Floor to Petrin. Petrin lays it up in and good. Maddie Petrin's got 6 points. Here's Yoder just working around Eubanks with those 4 fouls, and not much you can do there. 1:43 to go. Petrin's just going to take it the length of the floor here. Stops, puts a mid-range jumper up, and this is off the glass and in. Maddie Petrin does not have any quit in her. She's now got 8. I believe she's leading scorer for the Panthers. And now here's the ball's bounced off the leg of Coleman. Hillcrest can really work some clock here, but they force it inside. It's just an errant pass. Eubanks nearly got a fingertip on it, but she did not. It'll be a turnover right back to Panthers. Laney Shaw is going to check back in. Eubank gets it in to Parsons. Parsons looking up the floor, gets it to Petrin. Petrin can't quite handle it. Tracks it down, though, and saves it inbounds. Gets it back outside to Gamble. Gamble gets a lane to drive into, puts up a shot, and this is good. Pekin not going away. They're within 11 now. Minute to go. Hillcrest should be slowing down here. Listen to the coaching staff, but Pekin's going to stick in the zone. Yoder picks up her dribble. She'll have to pass it now. Now a foul by Coleman. Really, if you're Pekin, you probably should be doing that anyway. Just not many girls on the floor that can foul. That is Coleman's first. Eubanks gets it into Gamble. Comes across, lobs it over to Petrin. Back to Gamble. Parsons from the top of the key drives inside. She's fouled by Lydia Beachy. And that will put Ezra Parsons at the line to shoot 2. Misses the front end. Parsons 1 for 3 so far tonight at the free throw line. She does have just 1 point. And misses this one off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Eubanks. Eubanks has a dribble. Coleman's over there putting her shoe back on. Able to get it back on. They try to get it to her. They do. All the way around left side, Eubanks. 20 seconds to go in the game. Lobs it in to Petrin. Petrin trying to work it around, loses a grip on it. Hillcrest takes over. 15 seconds to go. There's no need to even put this in the basket as Coleman's going to run into... Coleman ran into Beachy, just could not get stopped. And that'll send her to the line with 11.8 to go, leading by 12. And probably see a little bit of pace by Beacon here, but even if they're able to score, you can't imagine that Hillcrest would even attempt another shot, let alone get it across half court. This free throw is good. Beacon will inbound it. So with that, I think here's Peyton Coleman down the floor. She stops. She's
What'd they call?
They called faking a foul. It's a new rule in high school basketball.
I thought he meant they had to sweep the floor.
It's like flopping in the NBA. I don't know why they called that, but we're going to go final. Pekin's going to drop this one, 49-36 is the final. Just 6 points for the Panthers in that fourth quarter. Pekin will go to 3-3 on the year as they head to winter break. Hillcrest will improve to 5-3 on the young season, and I think our son-in-law services player of the game, I'm just going to go with the hustle player of the night. And that is Maddie Petrin, the sophomore guard, just constantly tipping passes right back out of bounds. Probably not going to have a lot of stats to show for what she was doing, but especially in the first quarter, really disruptive on the Ravens, making it tough for them to even get shots off. She actually was not even she didn't come out and start this game. She played off the bench, but once she got in, she never went back out. So came off the bench, stayed in the remainder of the game. We'll name her our son-in-law services player of the game.
All right, so that does it for our girls' game of our doubleheader. Again, Hillcrest Academy 49-36 over the Pekin girls tonight. We thank Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics for being our fourth quarter sponsor. We've got about 15 minutes before the boys' game begins, so we'll go silent for just a little while, but we'll be back here shortly from Pekin High School for the boys' game coming up here in a little bit here on Facebook and YouTube. All right, welcome back into our high school basketball coverage. We're at Pekin tonight. Pekin hosting Hillcrest Academy. The Hillcrest Academy Ravens winning the girls' game a little bit earlier. Kind of a sloppily played girls' game. We've got the boys up next, and we've got Josh Clubb doing play-by-play. Josh, what are your thoughts heading into tonight's boys' game?
Well, this one could be a tight game as well. Hard to say. Hillcrest has the better record, 5-1 on the year. Pekin at 3-2. However, Hillcrest's only loss is to Waco. Close game there, and Pekin played Waco close. So if you're going to compare those two things, we'll have to see. You just hope for a cleaner game than the last game. There was 39 combined fouls in the girls' game, so these referees are probably a little worn out. It's the same three guys out there, but 39 fouls in one game is a hefty amount. As we get ready to do the starting lineups out here on the floor, I'll introduce them as they're out on the floor, but some of our leaders, Hillcrest's scoring leader is Seth Hours. He's got averaging 15.3 per game, and Cale Bailey averaging 11.7 per game, and Mason Bender 11.2 per game. So three of the Ravens in averaging double digits on the night. For the Panthers, Cole Milliken is averaging 14.5 per game. He's shooting 36% from the field, 36% from beyond the arc, and 75% at the free throw line. Will Adam averaging 11.5 per game, shooting 55% from the field. And Nolan Glick, our Tuesday night Panther player of the game, is averaging 8.2 points per game, 42% from the field, and 50% from beyond the arc. Will Adam also leads the team in rebounds with 6.2 per game, and 2 offensively and 4 defensively. Casey Davis leads the Panthers with 4.2 rebounds per game. Mason Bender for the Ravens is averaging 8 per game, and Cale Bailey 5.8. Rowan Miller is the assist leader for the Ravens, as Seth Hours and Cole Milliken meet at center court there, both getting the start tonight. And then we're going to have Rowan Miller and Will Adam meet at center court. Assist leader for the Panthers is Henry Adam. So we got Bryce Bailey and Casey Davis meeting at center court there. And we're going to have Mason Bender and Henry Adam. Cale Bailey and Nolan Glick. Final 2 starters of the night as we get set for tip-off here on the boys' side of this doubleheader. And again, late start for the girls' game, so tip-off here. Only boys' games between that 7:15, sometimes 7:30 mark. It's going on 8:20, so
it's going to be past my bedtime here pretty quick here, Josh.
Yeah. History tonight, Steve, as well. First ever college football playoff in the College Football Championship Series, and right now Notre Dame leads Indiana 14-3.
All right.
Those that are tuning into high school
First
basketball.
Second quarter, where are they at?
Well, I didn't read that much. As Nolan Glick and Mason Bender go for the tip. Glick's going to win it. They're just before halftime in that football game. As Henry Adam works it down low, sends it inside to Will, right back to Henry. Henry kicks it out to Davis and over his head. And Pekin with a quick turnover. Right back to the Ravens. And I'm sure the listeners out there or audience are tuning into our game to get updates on the college football playoff game. As here are the Ravens. Miller sends it in time, side, turning and shooting as Mason Bender gets the roll. Will gets it into Henry. Henry will find his way forward, dribbles into a trap, picks up the dribble, tries to get it to Milliken, throws it off the leg of Seth Hours. Pekin will keep it. Shot clock will not reset. 25 on it as get Raven tying his shoe here quick. Will gets it into Henry. waiting to get it to him. He had the option to go to Glick if he wanted to. As here's Milliken going right side all the way around into the lane. Kicks it over to Glick. Glick dribbles once, tries to pivot up and shoot. Now he's in trouble. Sends it outside to Milliken, who fires a three from the right side corner. This is off the mark. Rebounded by Seth Hours. As the Ravens set their offense leading 2-0. Inside, Bender turns, gets it off the glass, no good. Goes off the hands of Glick, and it's not going to be able to save it, so it's going to turn it right back over to the Ravens. Glick did a good job of having his body in position to come up with that rebound, just couldn't quite hang on to it. Hillcrest gets it right back into Bender, he lays it up in and good. And Hillcrest will keep the pressure in the front court. Backcourt, Henry Adam dribbles past it, sends it up to Will. Will dribbles through traffic, has three defenders around him, right back outside to Henry. Henry now back up top. Will head fakes, drives inside, stops, puts a fadeaway jumper up and gets the roll. Will Adam gets Pekin on the board, 4-2. Quickly coming down the floor are the Ravens. Rowan Miller, right side to Bailey. Bailey lobs it into Bailey, and he gets the roll. Have to go by first name basis on those Baileys, Bryce and Kale. Will Adam gets it left side to Davis. Davis inside to Glick. Glick dribbles right side of the lane, puts up a shot, and this is off the glass, no good. Will Adam with a over the back violation on the putback. They call Will Adam for over the back as he came up with the ball and put it up and in. So the score remains 6-2 in favor of Hillcrest. Will Adam picks up the first foul of the game. And here is Rowan Miller. Timeout called by Pekin off that make. And Hillcrest has an early 8-2 lead here, 5:19 to go in the first.
All right, once again, we do thank Barnwired in Sigourney for being our first quarter sponsor of Pekin Basketball. Barnwired at 119 East Marion in Sigourney for home decor, coffee, and more. 641-622-9912. Stop into Barnwired for some Christmas shopping, something to eat, something to drink during this holiday season. They've got some great specials and sales going on leading up to Christmas, which, boy, we're just a few days away. Josh, again, I'll ask you again, how's that holiday shopping going for you?
I am a lot further along today than I was Tuesday, so.
Oh, good. I am not. I have stayed at 0.
He stayed at 0.
Hopefully tomorrow that changes.
Yes, here is Henry Adam. Dribbles try to get it down to Milliken. It goes on the baseline on this pass. Turn it right back over to the Ravens. Trailing by 6 are the Panthers. Little treat, set up their defense. Now Will Adam jumps the pass, goes out of bounds. Going to stay with the Ravens. Here they come. He can play in man. Will Adam out on the perimeter, guarding Hours. Hours tries to send it inside, this time to Bailey. Bailey spins all the way around and then goes right at the hoop and gets it up in and good. Extend the lead 10-2 over the Panthers. Milliken. The ball handling skills to get across, and then he is fouled. And that is Mason Bender. His first. Team's first. And here the inbound pass is taken away by Miller. Miller takes it all the way to the hoop, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, kicks it out. Hillcrest resets. The back inside to Bender. Bender reverses course, puts up a shot, no good. Fouls. Travel, actually, is called on Bender. Mason Bender has got 6. of the Raven 10 points. Henry brings it all the way length floor, gets down low, tries to send it off to Davis. Bender takes it away. Or excuse me, that's Bailey. Right side now. Hours takes it all the way to the hoop and lays it up in and good. 12-2. Going all the way to length of the floor looking for Glick. As Henry Adam Glick has to go into the bleachers to save that one, but Hillcrest comes down with it. They keep it in transition. All the way under the basket goes Bender. Now he kicks it out, and a three is going to be attempted and made by Bryce Bailey. And Pekin's going to take another timeout as Hillcrest extends their lead to 15-2 in the second timeout taken by Pekin here with 3:45 to go in the first.
Okay, we thank all of our sponsors for being on board for Pekin basketball. They're on Steve Shetler Media this winter. That includes our first quarter sponsor, Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Shetler Insurance Services, Oski Dental, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Son-in-Law Services, Helmuth Ford, Federation Bank, Nutrien Ag and Hedrick, and Serve Pro, all on board as sponsors for Pekin basketball. Again, this will be our last game of this calendar year for high school basketball. Then coming up in January, we've got a whole bunch of basketball. We'll be covering several games for Pekin, several games for Sigourney, and several games for North Mahaska. Again, I know, Josh, you and I are both looking forward to that. The girls match up for North Mahaska and Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, the top two teams in what class? Is that 2A?
That is Class 2A.
All right. That'll be coming up in January.
Yes, and Eddyville's the team that ended North Mahaska's run in the postseason last year, and you got to think with those higher ratings that they should not be paired up in the same regional this year, but time will tell. Here's Pekin taking the timeout after the made three-pointer, and they're trouble in the backcourt. Milliken pushes it across to Davis. Davis, right wing, dribbles into the lane, head fakes, and puts up a shot. This is no good. Rebounded by Owen Scott. Pekin not getting many shots off thus far. Hillcrest moving quick. A lot of ball movement. Here's another three taken. This is off the glass. No good. Rebound stays with Hillcrest. That was Bryce Bailey that tried the three. He made the three before the timeout. And here's another travel. This travel is called on Cale Bailey. Turn it right back over to the Panthers. Really need to come away with some points here. We're at the 3-minute mark of the first period. And Henry Adams is going to turn it over. Actually going to be battled between Henry and Will Adams on the floor again. This is the second time I've seen that happen earlier in the girls' game where two Panthers were fighting for the ball and a Raven just put their hand on it, which forced the jump ball. Possession arrow is pointing, by the way, or pointing to the Ravens. Here is quick drive into the basket, no good. Rebounded by Will Adam. Henry pushes up Milliken to the corner to Davis. Davis head fakes, looking for Glick inside. Now they're just going to send it around again. Right side, Henry back to Will. Will steps back, fires it across down low to Henry. He goes off the hands of Bryce Bailey. Mason Bender and Rowan Miller will check in for the Ravens. Will Adams sends it right side to Henry Adam. He head fakes from the right wing. Back outside to Will. Will takes his time and fires a three. This is no good. Rebounded by Hillcrest. And now a ball swatted by Will Adam and got back quick and tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Ravens. And their shoe being tied. This time it's a Pekin Panther. Ravens working around the arc. Owen Scott, left side now. In reverse court. Looking inside out. He needs help. Gets it in. Gets it out to Bailey. Inside, Bender going into the lane, and he's fouled on the floor. Not sure who they're going to get here. They're going to call that on Milliken. His first, team's second. Milliken and Will Adam with the 2 fouls on the Panthers. Ravens will get a new shot clock inbound baseline. They give it in to Bender, who reverses and lays it up in and good. Milliken trying to work his way through. Does get across. Good ball handling by Milliken. Milliken right side looking for a screen from Glick. Screen didn't really work. Picks up his dribble. He's back out to Henry Adam. Henry Adam from the right side. All the way around the arc to Milliken. In the corner to Davis. Davis lobs it into Glick. Glick was not home. Taken away by Scott. Scott brings it down the floor. Here's a drive. No good on the shot. Battle for the rebound. Goes in the hands of Will Adam. Will Adam tries to throw a pass across the lane and is tipped and taken away. Loose ball gathered in by Rowan Miller. He lays it up in and good. Minute 10 to go. Henry Adam. 19-2 is the score. Pekin. He's really just even get a shot off. They've had just a few field goals. They get it down low here to Davis. Davis spins, tries to get one off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Glick. Glick bounces once, goes back up. He's fouled on his way up. I believe they're going to get Bryce Bailey on that one. They do. His first, team second. And that'll send Nolan Glick to the line. This is front right of the rim with that one. Looks like we're going to get Riley Smith checking in for Glick. If he makes this, he does. So Riley Smith will check into the game for Nolan Glick. Here comes the Ravens. 19-3 is the score. Under a minute to play in this first. Ravens moving quickly to get it outside. They're going to try a three, and this is in and out. No good. Rebounded by Henry Adam. That was Rowan Miller that tried the three. Quickly down the floor. Smith has it. Picks up his dribble, and they have to reset. Henry wanting the screen. It doesn't work. Smith, top of the key, drives right side of the lane. Stops, puts up a tough shot, and this is good. Riley Smith off the bench to add a field goal and give Pekin 5. 14 seconds to go. Shot clock is off for the Ravens. Five seconds now to go. As Ravens get it outside. 2. And running in and getting a jumper to fall as time expires is Cale Bailey. So that'll send us to the end of the first quarter with Hillcrest leading 21-5.
All right, we do thank our first quarter sponsor, which is Barn Wired, and our second quarter going to be sponsored by Fremont Funeral Chapel. Let's hear from them. The staff members at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa will guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. A ceremony can be anything you wish it to be, simple or elaborate, traditional or unique. No matter how it's tailored, such a ceremony is an important step in recovering from loss. Let the staff at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa help you in your time of need. And we thank Fremont Funeral Chapel for being our second quarter sponsor. I tell you what, Josh, that first quarter was all Hillcrest Academy, 21-5 as we head into the second.
Yeah, 21-5, and Pekin really only, I think, 6 field goals attempted. So Hillcrest moving quick when they do have the ball and disrupting Pekin in the backcourt, and it's really not finding a whole lot of flow. So second quarter coming in, we're going to have Riley Smith, Will Adam, Cole Milliken, Nolan Glick, and Henry Adam on the floor for the Panthers. And it's Casey Davis getting a breather to start things off. Try to send it into Will Adam. Passes a little high. Adam can't gather it in. Turns it right back over to the Ravens. Pekin's also used 2 timeouts already in this game, trying to find an answer. And now defensive breakdown left Rowan Miller wide open in the lane. He lays it up in and good. 23-5 now as Milliken tries to bring it up. They try to trap him. He dribbles through it. Gets across. Keeps the dribble going. Henry now, left corner. Dribbles back up top. Then this is Smith. Smith drives inside, can't do anything with it. Glick outside now. Around to Milliken. Milliken left side lane. He is tripped as he is driving in. We call that foul on Bryce Bailey. His second. And he's going to take a breather, and Lincoln Miller will check into the game for the Ravens. Pekin will have a new shot clock as they lob it in to Will Adam. Will hands it to Henry. It's Will, lob it into Glick. Glick goes up, catches it, and puts up a tough shot and gets it to fall. Nolan Glick's got 3. 23-7 now. First field goal for Nolan Glick. His other point came by way of the free throw. The Ravens inside. Trying to reverse layup and getting it to fall is Mason Bender. Bender's got 10 of the 25 points as Henry Adam loses the handle on the dribble, has not got it across the court yet, and there's a backcourt violation as Adam had the ball poked out of his hand right at half court. And a full timeout is taken by Pekin. Their third timeout of the game.
We're on about that same pace as the girls' game where Pekin's going through their timeouts pretty quick. But they need to. 25-7 in favor of Hillcrest Academy. Again, we thank Fremont Funeral Chapel for sponsoring our second quarter. All of our sponsors for tonight. Barn-Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Shetler Insurance Services, Oski Dental, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Son-in-Law Services, Helmuth Ford, Federation Bank, Nutrien Ag and Hedrick, and Serve Pro. Just a reminder, coming up tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., we'll be at Barn-Wired for the sports section, talking high school sports. The Pekin girls basketball team will be one of our featured segments. We'll also have the Kyoto boys basketball team, some of the boys players coming to Sigourney tomorrow. And then from North Mahaska, we have both the North Mahaska archery team and also the North Mahaska dance team. So loaded show, a variety of different sports teams coming to the sports section tomorrow morning, live at 8 a.m. on Steve Shetler Media.
All right, well, on your screen, you might have saw the officials at the scores table and Hillcrest coaches talking, but Pekin actually was awarded a timeout before the backcourt violation, so they will maintain possession. They'll have 2 timeouts remaining. Definitely need to make this worth this here as Glick gets it down low and goes to dribble once and just completely loses a handle on it and his balance. Panthers turn it back over, and Davis will now check in for Henry Adam. And the Ravens bring it up the floor. 25-7 is the score. 6:10 to go. Pekin's really inability to even get field goal shots off certainly does not help that they've had a hard time even stopping the Ravens when they get down here. Ravens good ball movement, a lot of quick action, and Pekin just kind of reactionary to everything. And here's a 3 from a mile away. It is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Casey Davis. He hands it off to Milliken, and down the floor he comes. Hillcrest switches to, maybe they are in man. It looked like they were setting up in a zone. Here's Milliken with a fadeaway. This is an air ball that goes out of bounds. Last touched by Milliken. And here come the Ravens. Down inside. Davis being physical. Kick it back out for a 3, and this is good. Rattles it home. As Rowan Miller. Now a reaching foul is going to be called on Seth Hours in the backcourt as Milliken is trying to work his way across. That's ours first. Pekin gets it into Glick, who hands it back off to Will. Will Adam right back inside to Glick. This is popped and taken away by Kaylee Bailey. Smith able to race in the backcourt, grab the loose ball. Smith inside. He stopped his dribble. Actually, at the perimeter, kicks it back to Milliken. Milliken not finding any room. 15 on the shot clock. Riley Smith has a far side corner. Looking inside for Glick. Lobs it in there. Glick can't handle it. Taken away again by the Ravens. They lob it up. Laying it all the way to the hoop and making it is Rowan Miller. 30-7 now with 4:26 to go in the second quarter. And Pekin's going to have to try something different because lobbing it into Glick is not there. That's created a lot of transition points tonight for the Ravens. Credit their defense as they pass inside to Davis is high from Will Adam. Now Henry Adams going to check in for Smith. Pekin looking for a stop here. There's a lot of very physical, letting them play right now. We'll see if that continues. Will Adam stops the dribble. Towards the pass outside. Hillcrest will work it around. Scott drives, spins, loses a handle on it. Goes into the hands of Davis, who can't hang on to it. Henry Adam comes up with it. He passes up to Milliken. Milliken from the right wing. Steps back, passes over to Will Adam. Will Adam head fakes, and he travels before he takes off. And Isaac Berkey will check in, Isaac Berkey will check in for Seth Hours. Berkey sends it right side. Off the screen goes Scott, but covered up by Will Adam. Scott tries it again. Casey Davis able to pick his pocket, takes it away, gets across half court, gets it to Henry. Henry from the top of the key, right side to Davis, down to the corner to Milliken. Milliken tries a baseline drive, can't handle it, kicks it out to Davis, who fires a three, and this is off the mark, no good, a little strong. And now a turnover again, goes right, Aaron Pask's right in the hand of Henry Adam, he's going to take it all the way, lays it up and good. Pekin, 2 possessions, 2 shots on the basket. Has not happened yet in this game. Here's Hillcrest right back to answer. 30-9, 2:31 to go in the half. Pass down low, collision. And they're going to say out of bounds pass, no foul called. Smith's going to check back in for Will Adam this time. And Rowan Miller will come back into the game for the Ravens. He'll check in for Seth Hours. Ravens keeping pressure in the backcourt. Henry Adam gets a screen from Riley Smith to get across. Tries a pass down to Davis. Davis not looking for it. Now Riley Smith tried to jump the pass in the backcourt. Doesn't work. Ravens inside out as they work it around the perimeter. Scott right back, right side to Berkey. Top of the key. They lob it inside to Bender. Bender turns, can't shoot, sends it outside to Scott, who thought about a three, changes his mind. Now he's going to dribble back to center court. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Scott goes inside, puts a mid-range jumper up, and this is good. And the Panthers push it down the floor to Glick, who checked in the game. He kisses it off the glass and gets it to roll, or gets the field goal. He's got 5 points, 32-11. Now Pekin not quite back and set yet as Bender turns and spins and puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Milliken. Milliken looking up the floor. And then fires a three from the right wing, no good, rebounded by Bender. Bender clears it out, he throws it up the floor, it travels before he let it go. Will Adam will check in for Henry had him. Pekin will have the ball baseline, far side of the floor. Minute 10 to go, trailing 32-11. Lob it into Glick. Glick. It's back to Will. High side now, Davis Milliken from the right wing. Thought about a three. Head fakes, passes it off to Will. Will Adam starts to dribble, lobs it into Glick. Back shoulder. Glick tries to spin and shoot. Gets the shot up. No good. And Will Adams there to rebound it. Did not hit the rim. Shot clock did not reset. Now Will Adams tries a midway range jumper. No good. Rebounded by Milliken. Milliken's putback is no good, and he's fouled. I missed the referee's hand signal. That was foul was called on Cale Bailey, his first. Team's third. And Cole Milliken at the line to shoot two for the Panthers. Rattles in and out on the first one. 47.2 left on the game clock. Milliken's second one falls. As Hillcrest leads by 20, 42 to go. Panthers will have another possession. Here's Bender. He turns, runs into a wall of Glick. Kick it out all the way around. Tries a three, and it's no good. Air ball right in the hands of Bender. Bender's putback is good. 25 to go, 34-12. Milliken in trouble, passes it up to Will. Will throws it down to the corner to Davis. Davis inside to Glick. Glick has it ripped out of his hands by Bailey. Bailey comes up the floor. Shot clock is off, 13 to go. Slowing down is Rowan Miller. He sends it right side now to Bender. Bender drives into lane, 5 seconds to go. Bender back outside, taken away by Riley Smith, 2 seconds to go. One, he's going to run out of time. He gets it off, but it's no good. Riley Smith saw the clock, had to get rid of it, and could not score, so we will head to halftime with Hillcrest leading 34-12.
And we thank Fremont Funeral Chapel for being our second quarter sponsor. We'll take a little break in between in between halves here, I should say. Our halftime being sponsored by Shuttler Insurance Services in Sigourney. We'll be back here in about 8 minutes with the second half of tonight's Pekin boys game against Hillcrest Academy. At the half, Hillcrest leads 34-12. right, looks like we're going to have a dance routine from the Pekin dance team. If they have recorded music, I'll have to turn it down, unfortunately. And that was the Pekin dance team. And as I was trying to say before they started their dance, we couldn't play the music because if we play recorded music here on Facebook and YouTube, copyright issues happen. So apologies for not being able to play the music while they did their dance routine to Jingle Bell Rock. So the Pekin dance team. All right, again, we're about 5.5 minutes away from the second half. it's just about time for the second half to begin here on Steve Shetler Media for Pekin basketball. Hillcrest Academy leads big time at halftime, 34-12. Shetler Insurance Services sponsoring our halftime. We're about a minute away from the action to begin. Josh Clubb on the play-by-play. Josh, I'll hand it over to you. With your microphone on. That's always helpful.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and turn it on myself here.
All right.
I'm going to do everything around here. But, so Hillcrest leading 34-12. Pekin's going to have to start this second half quick. Not much in the way of fouls, if anything. Hillcrest is adding up the fouls, but nobody, really only one player that I can think of, maybe two, just one player for Hillcrest that has 2 fouls. Everybody else 1 or less, so not much foul trouble to deal with, but Pekin is going to have to figure out a way to start quick here. And they did use 3 of their timeouts in that first half, so Pekin will have just 2 timeouts remaining in this second half. As we'll get quarter set up here. Starting 5 on the floor for the Panthers. Hillcrest starts with the ball. The other concern, Pekin not many shots on the ball, and quickly Cale Bailey of Hillcrest able to get a field goal. But Panthers having trouble getting shots even on the goal, field goal attempts anyway, but really having a tough time stopping Hillcrest. Every time they get down there, they get 2 or 3 shots off before really they've kind of relied on fouls or unforced turnovers. Henry Adams gets trapped on the far side, gets to Milliken. 10-second backcourt violation. As the officials are going to talk this one over. That seemed quick. So now the officials are going to say Pekin's going to keep it here. Discussion between the official that made the call. The other 2 officials came over and immediately asked him for a conversation and gave it back to Pekin. Now Hillcrest is wanting an explanation. Nonetheless, 7:33 to go in the third quarter. 36-12 is our score. So now the 2 coaches will talk as the officials talk again. And we'll wait patiently for basketball to resume. A couple, the only area updates we know of, the Sigourney girls lost to the Montezuma girls by a score of 64-46 earlier tonight, and right towards the end of the game, of the boys game, the Montezuma boys lead 70-66. They're in the fouling portion of the game. Actually, based on how I'm getting there, I'm sure that game's probably concluded at this point. I was looking for an updated score from Oskaloosa as well and could not find that. So they got it all sorted out. They're going to put 25 seconds on the shot clock. Pekin will inbound it in the backcourt. They get it into Henry Adam. He gets trapped again. Exact same play as last time. Milliken gets across. Stops his dribble. He's trapped in the corner. Now passes it around all the way around to Henry. Left side, 13 seconds on the shot clock. He takes a shot from the free throw line. This is no good. Rebounded by Hillcrest. And right down the floor and putting in a jumper is Seth Hours. And Pekin in trouble in the backcourt again. Milliken gets it up to Glick. Glick still hasn't crossed, though. Milliken gets across to Will Adam. Will to the left side to Henry. Henry down to the corner to Davis. Davis fires a 3 from the left side corner. No good. Long rebound goes to Hillcrest. Davis 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. As here is a travel whistled on Bryce Bailey. to turn it back over to the Panthers. There's Hillcrest. As Davis trapped in the corner, he turns it over, laying it up and good is Bryce Bailey. And a timeout called by Pekin. They'll have one remaining after this one with a score of 40-12, 6:31 to go in the third quarter. And yeah, Bryce Bailey's got 5 points for the Ravens. Third quarter is brought to us by Oski Dental.
Oski Dental's on the screen, and you can call and schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan at 641-673-4845. We thank Oski Dental for being our third quarter sponsor of Pekin basketball. Boys game 40-12, third quarter in favor of Hillcrest Academy.
Pekin talking over how to get past this press of Hillcrest Academy. Nothing's really changed with what they're doing. Over the course of the game, Pekin's used 4 timeouts and halftime to do so. Will runs the baseline there, gets it into Glick. Back to Will Adam, right side or left side to Davis. Davis gets it up to Milliken. Milliken lets it clear out, gets it to Henry, right side to Will. Will drives and he travels. Turns it right back over to the Ravens. Here come the Ravens. Look around the arc. Pekin's defense holding a little stronger this time around. Seth Bowers takes it in. Will Adam blocks his shot, takes it away. In transition goes Pekin. Adam all the way in. Now kicks it back out to Milliken, who fires a 3 from the right side. This is off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Ravens. And throwing it down the floor, looking for a running Bryce Bailey. Overthrows him and turns it right back over to Pekin. Glick in the corner. Gets a trap. Gets it up to Henry. Henry can dribble across. All the way down inside. Picks up his dribble. Back around to Glick. Milliken. Milliken head fakes. Nobody's there. Tries to send it into Milliken or to Glick. Taken away by Miller. Miller sends it up the floor and laid up into the good by Seth Bowers. 30-point lead for the Ravens as they continue with the pressure in the backcourt. Davis sends it up to Milliken. Milliken sends it down low to Glick. Glick turns, shoots, lays it up in and good. Nolan Glick with the first points of the second half for the Panthers. He's got 7 on the night. And there's a foul on Davis. Got 2 hands on Mason Bender. First foul on Davis on the night. So Hillcrest will get a new shot clock. Ravens get it into Bryce Bailey. He gets the jump shot to fall. Riley Smith going to check in on the next stop ball. Milliken, far side of the floor, gets it back to Henry, up to Will Adam. He fires it down into Glick. Glick goes up for a tough shot. This is not blocked. He is fouled. So that'll send Nolan Glick to the line. Called out foul on Cale Bailey, his second. Team's first of the quarter. Nolan Glick will shoot 2 from the free throw line. First one rattles in good. He's got 8 points now, 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. As Riley Smith will check in also for Henry Adam. Glick's second free throw is good. He's got a team leading 9 of the 16 points here. And here is Ravens right back down. A quick answer by Bryce Bailey. Pekin's Will Adam takes it all the way in, lays it up in and good. Will's got 4, and now the foul on Riley Smith in the backcourt. Smith's first foul, Pekin's second of the quarter. Ravens still working quick. Pekin's yet to start any sort of a run as they try to lob it inside here. Take it, hitting from behind by Will Adam in a battle for the rebound. It's going to be an over the back by Adam. Surprised they didn't get him on the initial reach. But they didn't call that one. They called it when he reached back over after he knocked the ball to the ground. Third foul on Pekin, second on Will. Or excuse me, that's the fourth on Will Adam. I looked at that totally wrong. That is the second on Will Adam. He's got 4 points. As I just talked after halftime that nobody's in foul trouble. Will Adam had 4. That would certainly be in foul trouble, but he does just have 2. Hillcrest gets a jumper to go from Seth Bowers. Back to a 30-point lead as Milliken works in the backcourt, picks up his dribble. Still all the way back. Riley Smith has got to get across. He drives across there. Good head fake. Gets it back to Milliken. Riley Smith did a good job there of selling the fact that he was going to stop and then took off quickly. Panthers down to 10 seconds on the shot clock now, though. Milliken looks right side. Down to the corner to Davis. Davis head fake. Sends it inside to Glick. Glick turns, puts it off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hillcrest. Ravens continue to work it around. Look for an opening. Inside they get it, and the layup is no good. That was Bryce Bailey. A little too strong off the glass. And here come the Panthers. Milliken has it. Smith sends it inside to Will Adam. He turns and shoots. This is a little strong, but he banks it home. Will Adams got 6. 3 for 5 from the field. And a quick 3 is taken by the Ravens. No good. Rebounded by Glick, and Glick is fouled. It's foul. They're going to call that foul on Cale Bailey. That's his 3rd. Let's check out of the game. So will Casey Davis. Henry Adam will check back in. Milliken sends it to Henry. Henry back to Milliken. Milliken head fakes and dribbles across. 26 on the shot clock. Left wing brings it around. Henry all the way down to the corner. Taking it deep too will be Riley Smith, and he sends it over the front of the or over the rim, completely knocked out of bounds by the Ravens. Mason Bender stays with the Panthers. Sends it all the way up top to Glick. Glick right side to Milliken. Milliken fires a 3, and this is off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Nearly went back in the hoop. Will Adams saves it right back to the hands of Henry. Henry lays it up in and good. Right back down the floor come the Ravens. Inside they go. The shot is blocked by Will Adam into the hands of Riley Smith. Smith pushes up to Glick. Glick picks up the dribble. Smith up to Milliken. Passes nearly taken away. Henry Adam back to Milliken. Milliken fires a deep 3, and he's off the mark. Rebounded by Glick. Glick dribbles once. Putback is good. And the Panthers with a 6-0 run. 48-24. Spinning as around as Bender can't get the shot to go. Ball is loose, batted back up top. Gathered in by Bailey. Bailey back to Miller to set it back up. Miller to Scott. Scott fires a 3 from the right wing, and this is off the mark. Battle for the rebound is going to be a jump ball. Will Adam wins the arm wrestle, but the jump ball was already called. Possession arrow is going to give the ball back to the Panthers. Oh, gets it into Riley Smith. Smith tries to dribble out of trouble. Up the floor to Glick. Glick has got Milliken on the opposite side if he sees him. He never saw him. Kicks it out to Henry. Back outside to Smith. Smith to Milliken. Milliken fires a 3, and he's good. Cole Milliken keeps the pace going. Panthers don't get back, though, and answering right back and ending that run with Bryce Bailey. 27 seconds to go here in the third, 50-27. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the Ravens. Miller. 23 seconds, shot clock is off. Henry, far side to Milliken. Milliken in trouble. They got to get it across. They do. To Smith, to Will Adam, left side to Milliken. Milliken fires another three, and this is an air ball out of bounds with 11.2 to go for the Ravens. Ravens get it in. 8 seconds as they cross half court. Miller keeps going, lays it up, no good. Glick gets the rebound, 4 seconds to go. He throws a deep pass, but it's taken right back away. Throws up a shot for a prayer. And his shot was no good. The 3-point was no good. The Raven caught it below the hoop, tried to put it back in, but time had expired while the ball was in the air. So we will head to the fourth and final quarter with a score. Pekin 27, Hillcrest 50.
All right, we thank Oski Dental, who has sponsored our third quarter. Let's hear now from our fourth quarter sponsor, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
And again, we thank Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics for sponsoring our fourth quarter. Pekin's got a long hill to climb in this one. 50-27 in favor of Hillcrest Academy. Josh, I remember to turn your microphone on for the fourth quarter. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And I'll let you take it from here.
I don't have many demands, but when I'm talking into a microphone, I prefer it to be on. Just one of those kind of people,
So demanding.
So Nolan Glick's going to get a breather in. It's going to come Casey Davis start the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, the deficit is 23. It's been as many as 30, so kind of climbed their way back a little bit there. Went on a little mini run. Went on a 6-0 run and then traded a 2-pointer for a 3-pointer, so closed the gap a little bit. Here's a 3-ball by the Ravens. This is no good. Will Adam has picked up his intensity, boxing out aggressively there. Pekin comes down with it. Here comes Milliken from the left side. Gets it in to Smith. Smith shot, bounces and does not fall. Rebounded by Ravens, all going all the way up the floor, and they get the roll, or they get the jump shot from Cale Bailey. (52-27). Smith brings it across. Sends it left side to Will Adam. Will Adam baseline drive. Reverse layup, no good. Hillcrest comes down with it. It's Bryce Bailey down the corner. Has the ball taken away by Milliken. Milliken running the length of the floor. Has to slow up as Hillcrest gets back. Gets it to Will Adam, who has a lane. Runs up there and lays it up in and good. And Pekin, off that make, is going to take their final timeout. 52-29. They'll have no timeouts remaining. Hillcrest has all of theirs. And a full timeout.
All right, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics bringing us the fourth quarter. Barn Wired, Fremont Funeral Chapels, Schottler Insurance Services, Oski Dental, Son-in-Law Services, Helmuth Ford, Federation Bank, Nutrien Ag Hedrick, and ServPro, all on board as sponsors of our Pekin basketball coverage this winter here on Steve Schottler Media. I know it's a little early in the fourth, Josh, but we'll start looking at a potential Son-in-Law Services player of the game. Been a couple of rough games for Pekin tonight with the girls falling earlier and the boys way behind now in the fourth quarter. So we'll see who you come up with for the player of the game.
Well, Nolan Glick right now is the leading scorer, but Will Adam has really turned up the intensity the second half, forcing turnovers, and then Cole Milliken starting to string together a couple of shots. So we'll see how this goes down this final stretch, and if Pekin can close the gap a little bit. They're going to start with a turnover. It goes into the hands of Milliken. He passes it off to Glick. Glick can't hang on to it. It goes out of bounds. Pekin turns it right back over. Milliken had no choice but to pass it off there. The Ravens did a good job of getting back. Glick could not handle it. And a ball from the cheerleaders is on the floor. And Pekin's press has really even slowed Hillcrest down all night, so see them getting back on defense and setting up. We'll see as Hillcrest works it around now. Pekin, every possession Hillcrest has is going to be important, and they really go into this fourth to get a turnover, and they get one there on an errant pass. It goes in the hands of Glick. He passes it off to Henry Adam. Adam brings it up. He was looking for a screen from Will, and Will screened Henry. Didn't quite go to plan. That's Davis in the corner. Davis passes in to Glick. This is taken away by Bailey. Hillcrest lobs it into Bender, taken off those fingertips into the hands of Milliken. Milliken, looking behind his back, just takes it all the way and puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded by Hillcrest. They're going to run in transition. Gets a jumper to fall. That is Seth Hours. He's got 10. Panthers trying to get across this press to get it past with Henry. Henry to the right side. Back to Milliken, inside to Glick. Glick, nothing doing. Defense closes. He kicks it out, steps out of lane. Davis tries a three. This is no good. Off the front of the rim. Inside 5 minutes to play here. And here's a quick three taken and drained by Seth Hours. Give him 13 for Hillcrest Ravens are in double digits tonight as Glick has it. Right side. Henry Adam will try a three, and he gets it to go. Henry's got 7 points. There's a foul on Glick. Trying to keep Cale Bailey at bay. And another layup in for the Ravens. Panthers really just about out of time if they want to really make a run. This would go a long way as Henry Adam connects from deep again. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. They both came in the last minute of play. Give him 10 points. Lone Panther in double digits. And here's an answer by Hillcrest's Rowan Miller. Hillcrest team 4 for 7 from beyond the arc. As Milliken trying to work himself a shot. Now a pass down to Davis and it's kicked out of bounds by Bryce Bailey. Will was passing it down to the near side corner to Casey Davis, and Davis had left his post, so I don't feel very lucky that Bailey kicked that. Some fresh faces in for Hillcrest. Here's a pass inbounds, jump ball. Going to stay with Pekin. Get it into Milliken. Left side to Will. To Henry. He fires a three again, and he's off the mark this time. Just a little short. Hillcrest comes up with a rebound. Scott has it. Far side corner. He has the ball tipped away by Milliken. Gathers it back in. And they work it around. Inside out, up at the line, getting the shot to fall is Seth Bowers. He'll go to the line for an and one. Call that foul on Will Adams. That's his third. And with that, Hillcrest has gotten back ahead by 30, and here's another turnover. Coming down the floor in a hurry. Stepping back, firing a three, and missing was Bailey. Hillcrest comes up with the rebound, sends it outside. Another three is attempted. This is no good. Rebounded by Davis. Henry sends it left side to Milliken. Milliken fires a three. No good. Rebounded by Glick. Glick goes back up. Has it stripped away as he goes back up, and then finally finishes it off. Hillcrest sends it up the floor. Pekin not getting back. Lays it right back up in and good. Goes Hillcrest's Bryce Bailey. Pekin tries to throw it down the floor. Davis is there. Sends the right side to Henry Adams. He had fakes a three. Puts a mid-range jumper up. This is good. Henry Adams got 12 points. Him and Nolan Glick both with double digits as we're inside 2 minutes to play, minute 50 to be exact. Hillcrest is going to get this one in. That is Lincoln Miller, and now you get a substitution timeout. And benches for both teams are going to clear out here. We're going to change up and learn some of the Panthers that I don't quite know yet. Bringing it up is Comstock. Sends it to Eubanks. Eubanks tries a three, and this is off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Comstock. His putback is no good. Hillcrest running the floor now. 69-39, minute 27 to go. Players on the bench all in for both teams. Scott sends it right side. That's Estelle into the hands of Berkey. Berkey's got 7 to shoot. He lays it up, no good. Rebounded and putback was no good. Rebounded by Derflinger. As Riley Smith brings him across. Smith, left side to Comstock now. Right side to Robert Brown. Derflinger goes up for a shot, has a shot blocked. Battle for the loose ball, ends up being last touched by Hillcrest. Smith's now going to come out of the game, and then's going to come in Mason Dahlstrom. .36 seconds to go. 69-39 is our score, and shot is taken as the shot clock was expiring by Robert Brown. Air ball forces a shot clock violation. Pekin turns it over. 20 seconds to go in the game. Shot clock is off. And I'm expect them to play this out with the bench players on there. We'll see. That is Owen Scott who fires a three. This is no good. Dahlstrom battles for the rebound, but Ravens come up with it. They get it over to number 4, Isaac Berkey. He lays it up in and good, and that is how this game will end. Final score, Hillcrest Academy 71, Pekin 39. Hillcrest will improve to 6-1 on the season. Pekin will fall to 3-3 on the year. So 2 losses for Pekin tonight, both boys and girls. And Son-in-Law Services Player of the Game. I think I'm going to look at the intensity that Will Adam brought towards the end of the second half. Kind of kept Pekin going. Of course, Henry Adam did add a lot of scoring there towards the end, but I think Will Adams' pace, just kind of that leadership when you're going to get getting blown out at home to continue to keep your team's energy up. So we'll name Will Adam our Son-in-Law Services Player of the Game.
All right, so that'll do it for tonight. Again, that'll do it for this calendar year. We'll be back in January. We'll get right into it on Thursday, January 2nd. Pekin will be taking on Columbus right here on Steve Shetler Media. Got a big Sigourney at Linville-Sully game on Friday, January 3rd. And then North Mahaska versus EBF on Monday, January 6th. Continuing with Sigourney at North Mahaska and then North Mahaska at Baxter. So we've got lots of Pekin, North Mahaska, and Sigourney basketball coming up in 2025. Okay, that'll do it for tonight's coverage. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and appreciate Pekin for letting us follow them this year for some basketball action here on Steve Shetler Media. Josh, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and all of our viewers and engagers here on social media. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2025.